Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I think we showed the wrong thing, but that's okay.
Oh, good.
Good afternoon, everyone. Leslie, can you share it to Books to Business? Because I don't have my phone with me. Please, if you can,
Yes.
that would be fantastic. So, good afternoon, everyone. It is me again and my co host, Leslie, and we are here for another episode of Books, Business, and Brunch. We are always so excited to come to you with the hottest and the latest things, books, business, and beyond. So I want you, if you're watching us today, to drop your name in the chat so we can say hello to you. If you're watching us on YouTube, hello, YouTube. If you're watching us on my Facebook page, hello. If you're watching on Leslie's Facebook page, Leslie's going to say hello. And if you're watching in the group, Books to Business and Beyond, hello, hello, hello. Listen, if you're an author, aspiring author, a visionary author, an author who has been doing this for a while, listen, it's great to tune into us for these bite-sized moments because we are bringing you some good content, some great content, as a matter of fact. And, you know, find these in the group or on my page, or just go to YouTube, Victorious You Press on YouTube. You can find all of the previous things that we have done. As a matter of fact, on YouTube, we have a whole library of things, books, business, and beyond, right? So go and check it out, all right? Because there's going to come a time when you may have to pay for that content that I'm now giving to you for free. All right. So make sure you go and grab it. Hey, Miss Gloria, nice to see you. I am so happy you are here with us today. So if you're joining me for the first time or somebody sent this to you or share it with you, my name is Joan T. Randall. I'm the founder of Victorious You Press, the creator of Books to Business and Beyond. And I'm here with my COO, director of operations. Actually, she is the chairman of our operations, right? And her name is, she will tell you her name and everything, right? But for me, listen, I'm all over the place today. For me, I love helping people write their books, but not only that, books are the gateways to businesses, to ministry, to missions, to the marketplace, right? And so not only do we help you write your books, but we also will help you to publish and then turn your books into businesses. And there's a lot of things that we have coming up on the horizon that are super excited. But today I want to get into the content of what this video is first, and then we'll tell you about all the amazing things that we are doing, as we move forward through the year. So I'm going to turn it over to Leslie to introduce herself, and then we will get into the topic. Go ahead, Leslie.
Hey, everyone. Yes, I am Leslie Cottrell, serving as the COO at Victorious You Press. Also, I am an author coach. So this is something that we hadn't really been able to offer before. So this is huge. Not only do you want to write a best-selling book, that's great. That's the stats. But you want to write a book that is exemplary. You want to write a book that you are just so proud of. And that doesn't happen easily. It doesn't happen without education and planning and preparation. That's what I bring to you as your author coach. I love working with newer authors, first-time authors, wannabe authors, to teach those fundamentals and to get them so they become second nature. When it comes time to write your book, it just flows. Love what I do, and I love Joan, and I'm so happy we're here together with you today.
Yay! So, as you can see, there is, if you are joining, wherever you are joining from, right, there are a lot of links down in the chat, right? But today I want to talk about a very important topic that most authors don't think about, right? It's called the financial plan and the budgeting and the ROI, which is the return on investment for your book. I cannot tell you the hundreds, and this is no exaggeration, the hundreds of times since I've been doing publishing that I have asked uh, during a consultation, what is the ROI for your book? They have no idea what I'm talking about. Or for the people that do, they have never thought about it. Wrong, wrong, and wrong. And here's why it is wrong. We all have stories. We all have stories on the inside, right? And when you go through whatever you go through, life's challenges or life experiences, you should write a book so that you can help others, right? Your book could be the breakthrough for someone else.
Mhm.
Your book could be a guide for someone else. Your book could be a how to for someone else. Your book could be the joy for somebody else, right? So there is always something that you can write about that can help somebody else. Now, when you have a story on the inside, sometimes there are people that say, I just want to get it out. I just want to get the story out. Well, yes, we want you to get the story out because there's somebody waiting on that story, right? But you can't just want to get the story out and not think about what the cost is. There is a cost to writing a book. And you may say to me, well, Joan, that is not true. I'm just going to write my book and self-publish. Well, yes, you can always write your book and self-publish and don't pay much of anything. But now here's the flip side to that. So you want to write a book for free. You want to edit it yourself. You want to do all the things you want to do, but then you expect someone to pay you for the book. Ha ha ha. Okay. So you can't just always want to do something for free, but expect someone to pay you for your free, right? I always say to first time authors, I think you should publish or have someone help you publish so you have the understanding of not just publishing. It's about the publishing industry. It is what is the standard for publishing. It is understanding that part. And a lot of people feel like, oh, I was in an anthology, or, oh, I self-published, so I know the publishing. Now I'm going to help people publish. No, there is a standard to publishing. There are certain books that a bookstore will not carry because the publishing standards is not in the book. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Let someone whose role is a publisher, or at least the vanity publisher, that can help you set your book up the right way. So now for those people who want to publish and go through a publisher, and it doesn't even matter if you go through a publisher, right? Even if you self-publish, you are going to need help. You want somebody to edit, you need a book cover designer, and you need a formatter. You can say to me, well, no, I'm going to edit my book myself. Do not ever do that. Right? You decide that I'm going to do everything else except editing, then that's fine. Get a professional editor to edit your book, not a teacher, right? Not an English teacher, because a lot of you out there is going to say, oh, my friend is an English teacher. Okay, she may be an English teacher, but she may not know the standards of editing based on the Chicago Manual of Style, which is what the publishing industry uses for books. All right. So you want to make sure you have someone that knows the industry standards of editing. How should you quote a scripture from the Bible? You need to know what. You need to know that. You need to know what that needs to look like, right? So even if you decide to do every part of your book, you want to make sure that you have a professional editor edit your book. The second thing that's very important in your book is the layout of the internal part of your book, right? So we call it the formatting or the typesetting. The layout is very important, right? How many inches from the gutter is the word supposed to fit? How many inches from the outer end of your book should your text be, right? Should you do chapters? Should you do chapter titles or chapter numbers? And how should that be written, right? Should you use every page in the book, or should your brand new chapters go on the right side of the book? All of those things are a part of the typesetting, right? The cover is the outer part of the book, but the internal part of your book is really what makes the book. The
Right.
editing and the internal formatting is what makes a book beautiful. Trust me. All right. So even if you say, Joan, I want to self publish, but I'm going to pay for editing, that there comes a cost with editing too, right? Most editors charge by the word number. So if you have a 30,000 page book, I'm not a 30,000 page, if you have a 30,000 word book, that's about 150 pages. Your editor is going to charge by the word count and page count. Some editors charge by the word count and the time they take to edit the book. Some proofreaders charge by the page number, right? Like $4 a page or $5 a page or $6 a page. But a proofreader is really only reading the final version of your book, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, right? So no matter how you look at it, a book requires some level of investment. So I want to bring up my PowerPoint to the stage. Hello, Mr. PowerPoint. This is very, very simple. It is so, it's so elementary, but I want you to see that there is a way for you to set a budget. All right. So the first thing you're going to think about is the investment. What am I investing, right, for this book? What am I investing for this book? Now, if it is a publisher like me and you're investing a couple $1,000s, and we're doing your whole book, then you have to take that into consideration, right? So I'm just going to give you a number. Let's just say to invest in your book is $1,000, right? So you may pay your editor or pay somebody to create your book cover or pay for the typesetting or whatever it is you're paying for. I'm going to use a basic $1,000. Okay. Once you have that $1,000, you're saying to yourself, all right, here's my budget, right? I know that I have to pay X number of people to get my book published. And this is the investment, whether it's 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000, whatever that amount is. Some people say, you know what? I don't know the book industry. I want to make sure I have a great book that can sit on the shelf in a Barnes and Noble. So I'm going to pay what you are charging me. It could be 1,000, there are some people that charge $10,000 to get your book done. Some people charge 5, 6,000, 4,000. Varies, right? So whatever that number is, you want to make sure you're writing that down, right? That's the start of your budget. What am I investing, right? The next thing is you've got to factor in what is the retail of my book, right? How much am I going to be selling this book for? Right, to the audience, to the public. That is your retail price. The average retail price for a book with 30,000 words, 100 and something pages is about $14.99 or $19.99. Let's just round it up to a round number. Let's just say some books may be 15, some books may be 20, right? So now you invested $1,000 in this book, right? The retail price is $20, but gotta hold on a moment because there's a cost price, right? The cost price is what you are paying to purchase the book on demand. Because most often you are purchasing your book from either, KDP, or you're purchasing it from Ingram Spark, or you're purchasing it from Lulu, or you may decide to go to like a 48 hours print or something like that, right? But there's a cost to all of that. So you've got to factor in the cost for each book, right? So let's just say the cost price of your book is $3, right? So for every book you purchase at $3, you are selling it for $20, right? So sometimes you've got to add shipping and handling, right? So let's just say I am going to be selling my books from my website. It is costing me $3 to print each book, but now I have to add another $4 for shipping. Just so you know, always ship your books media mail, MEDIA, right? Not regular mail, media, MEDIA, right? It's a little cheaper. So let's just say the cost to ship my book is $4. So the cost price is $3 because I'm buying it print on demand at cost. I'm shipping my books for $4. So the total cost the total it's gonna cost you to purchase the book and shipping the book is $7. The retail price is $20. So what is your profit on each book? $13. Did you get that? $3 to buy the book at cost, $4 to ship your book, that's $7. Your book is being sold for $20, which means that your profit from one book is $13. I'm sharing this with you because you have to know upfront what is the retail, what is the cost, right? Now, if you know that you are only making $13 from each book, but you spent $1,000 to invest in this book, now how many books are you going to have to sell to make your budget, to make your profit? Right? And don't forget, as you are talking about investment, marketing becomes a part of the investment. And maybe you pay nothing for marketing. Maybe marketing is free. Maybe you just use Facebook, you don't do any ads, or you don't do anything like that. But anything you do to promote the book, you have got to add that to your investment. That becomes a part of the investment, right? So if your profit from each book that is being sold at $20 is $13, you're going to take that $13 and you're going to divide it into $1,000, and that's going to give you the base number of books that you need to sell to break even on the investment. So Leslie, do that math for me.
77.
77 books is what you have to sell to make your $1,000 back.
And that's not including any marketing. That's just the baseline investment of $1,000 for your publishing fees.
Right. That's it. You know you have to sell 77 books to make your $1,000 back. Why is that so important to know? Because as you are out there pushing for book sales, you know that in order for you to make a profit on your book, you've got to sell more than 77 books. That's it. So you've got to understand, what is my investment? What am I spending? What am I selling my books for? And how many books do I need to sell to break even and then to make a profit? So if you sell 78 books, now that would be your first profit, right? If you sell 200 books, now you're talking. If you sell 1,000 books, now you're in business. See what I'm saying? So you can't just operate blindly as an author when you think about, what is my investment? What is the cost am I paying? What am I paying for shipping? And what am I paying? And what is my profit? And how many books I need to sell? Now you may say to me, Joan, why are you talking about shipping? Here's why I'm talking about shipping. If you're an author, you should be selling your books on your website. Why? Big deal. Big reason. Here are the reasons. When you allow Amazon to be the only place that somebody can get your books, two things happen. Amazon only gives you 40% of that $20. So you know what you're getting for your book? $4. That's it. No, 40%. So you're getting $8 for your book. You only get 40% from Amazon as your royalty. So your book, you're only getting $8. When you sell your book yourselves, you're getting $13 back. That's a huge difference. All right. So, and the second thing is, all your friends and colleagues and partners and business owners and people who go to buy your book, you never know who they are, because their email address is shared only with Amazon and not with you. So now Amazon owns the email addresses of every person who goes to buy your book on Amazon. And Joan or Leslie or Gloria have no idea who those people are, what are their email addresses, or even where they're purchasing the book from. When you sell your book from your website, you own that. You own the email addresses, which means they now become a part of your subscribed email. You know where the books are being purchased from, because if you have a certain website that has insights, they can tell you what geographical region are people buying your books from, which means you can retarget that region with more things as you continue to build your author platform. That's why it is so important to understand the whole process of a budget, financial planning, and the return on the investment for your book. Very, very important. Leslie,
Mhm.
do you want to add anything to this?
No, you covered it. You covered it so well. And yes, you were probably blown away by the difference in what you take away, what you get to put in your wallet between Amazon and selling it from your website. But even much more important from that is that email. Your email list is golden. If someone's going to sell their business, one of the ways a digital business is, especially, how how do you
The
value that?
value.
You
Mhm.
value it through your email list. How many people are on your email list?
Yep.
So other than wanting to get your book out there and sell as many copies as possible to as many people, your secondary goal is capturing the emails of every person that ever buys your book.
That is so powerful. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's how powerful your email list is, right? Let's just say, on average, when you interact with a client, the opportunity for them to spend X amount of money is okay. Let's just take Victoria's Press, for example. Let's just say the average transaction that a client pays or interacts with us is $1,000. Let's just use that round number, $1,000, since we're using $1,000 for everything. But let's just say I have 1,100 people on my email list. If I have 1,100 people on my email list, and the average, right, the potential for each person is $1,000, and I have 1,100 people on my email list, you're talking about $100,000. So your value, your business value, is $100,000. Why? Because you have 1,100 people. It could be more. It could be like, I don't know, 1,100 times $1,000, Leslie. Yeah, it's 100,000, right? It's 100,000. Is not? What is it? There you
$1,100,000.
go. That's it. That's it. That is the potential of that is the value of your business. That is why it is so powerful to gather those people, that email address, and keep it. The value of your business with an $1,100 with 1,100 people on your email list, and the potential for each of those people to spend $1,000 becomes 1.1 million, right?
Yeah, and selling your book potentially could be the only time you have an opportunity to capture that email.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what we wanted to share with you, right? And for the next few weeks, we'll be talking a lot about the power of the author, especially when they have a platform. Now, with that says, we have a couple things coming up that we're exciting to add to this before we get off of here today. Number one, we have this incredible webinar that's coming up on July 17th, and it is at 6 p.m. So I want you to put it on your calendar. On July 17th at 6 p.m., we're doing a webinar. It is free, right? Because
And that's Eastern time.
Eastern time. It is free, because I know sometimes you don't want to pay for your own, you don't want to invest in things that you want, right? But so we're doing this free. But we're going to introduce you to a friend of ours. His name is Django Degree II, right? And he created this incredible website called Wrote by Me. Why did he create it? He created this website so that the average author can sell their books from their website and keep their profits in their pockets. And the way he did the website, he created a platform, almost like a back office platform that gives you an insight into all the people that come to your website to buy your book, who they are, where they're from, their email addresses, and all the amazing things. Now, here is the most powerful part of this. He builds you the website for free. The landing page is free. So if you're an author and you have yet to build a landing page, or you want to write a book and you're like, I don't want to pay for a landing page or a website, no worries. You can get your landing page website built wrote by me. The only thing you would have to pay for is the back office insights that get all of the data for you. So you know the names of the people that are coming, you know who they are, you know where they're from, you know which geographical region, so that if down the road you want to do a book signing and you realize that 70% of the people that buy your book is from Atlanta, then you can target those people and you can do a book signing in Atlanta. That is the power of that platform that is called Wrote by Me. So it's a really big deal. I want you to come and I want you to listen, even if you have not yet written a book, but you're thinking about it. Between now and the end of the year, we're going to invite you to the webinar. It's July 17th. It is free. And the link is in the chat, bit.ly/wrote by me. Click on it and register. That's the one thing. You must register to be a part of the webinar. And once you register, you will get a link to join us on July 17th. But it's July is my birth month, and I'm giving away a lot of free stuff. It's a free, I'm just going to use my birthday, and instead of me receiving gifts, I just want to give gifts. So I'm doing a lot of giveaway. We're doing Jesus Jonan Journal for the month of July, and every day we're giving away a book. Every day from July 1st to July 31st. So tune in for that as well. All right. Leslie, I'm going to let you wrap it up with the second wind, and then we're done.
Okay. And before we close out from Wrote by Me, know that there is an incentive for you if you come to the webinar. It is so important that you attend that webinar. I'm not going to tell you why, but you're going to love it. And it's something that you only get if you come to the webinar. So click on that link, get signed up so you are all set to go. Then the second thing, there's so many things that we're excited about, but the second thing that's got us so charged up is an anthology that is coming soon. Now, if you know Joan and I well at all, you know that 2023 for both of us was a year of really being stripped right down to our essence.
Yeah.
We both said, what's up with this? Really, what's going on? And we soon realized that by being stripped down to our essence, we really understood what was important in our lives. We had an opportunity, a unique opportunity to rebuild ourselves, to reevaluate things, to redirect our purposes. And we were so impacted by the amazing things that have come from that we have found so many other women who are in a similar position. And we are calling this the second wind because it is our opportunity to really start all over again in the latter part of our life. And by latter, we just mean, we're probably in the second half of our life or not, or close. So we are going to have an interest meeting coming up on June 29th. Is the link down below? Beautiful. The link is down below if you want to join in that. And we are joining with other women who've been through similar experiences. It doesn't have to be from a divorce or a death. It might be an illness. It may be being let go from your job or a retirement. And you were so excited about it. And then you realized, I'm kind of bored. And you reinvent yourself and you start a whole new business. There are so many different second wins. So we want to get together and talk about what's your second win? How has it changed your life? So that's the second thing. You want to get down, click on that link, and get signed up for that interest meeting coming up on June 29th.
Yay! We had a lot of stuff going on at Victorious You Press, which we were so excited about. We're getting a makeover on our website. We are getting ready to launch a certificate, certified author coach, right? So you can get certified to help people write their books. We have an event coming up in November. It's a live October, end of October. It's a live event called Soul Stories Retreat. Oh my God, it's so many things. We're super excited. So stay tuned. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you're part of the Books to Business and Beyond group. Follow me on all social media platforms. And we look forward to continue to bring you incredible content for anything books, business related. That's it for us today. We know we ran over a little bit, but we know it's a little late too. All right. So that's it from us here at Victorious You Press. God bless you. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Thank you all. Bye.